All right, people. Looks like we are live. I hope you are doing well tonight. Welcome to Tuesday Night Gun Chat. A little later tonight. We had some errands to run after work and that kind of thing. So hopefully y'all are understanding that. Sorry we're a little bit later tonight, but it is what it is. If you hadn't seen one of these before, you basically ask your questions. I give you my answers. They're worth exactly what you pay for them. And unless, of course, you give me a super chat, in which case they're worth less than what you paid for them. And anyway, we will see how we do tonight. We just answer your questions, and you just send them in. So start your questions, get typing away. And everybody says hi first. I will start shouting out the chat. So if you are here, make sure that you start shouting out the chat. Don't forget, we have links in the description below for our MeWe page, our Arms Directory page, our Twitter X feed. That is going to be where you find all the places you can support me the best. And we put out content there as well. And so without further ado, hello, Chuck. It's been a while, buddy. Let's start shouting out the chat. Good evening from North Idaho. What's up, Hunter Kirk? Alaska One Andy, what is up, man? I'm starting the second reload of some of the brass you sent me. I appreciate it. After I get my 308 done, but I'm cleaning the brass now. Justin Perriman, what's up? How you doing? Teddy Two Guns, I like it. What is up, dude? Garage guy's been a while. What do you think of the Sig X comp? The 10 millimeter? I mean, it's just, to me, any gun with a compensator on it can get snow in it and ice and dirt and stuff like that. It's not a woods gun. So that's that. All right, before we say hello to everybody, we got Mr. David Walcott, Tacticon. All right. Hello, y'all. We'll leave the world behind. Yeah, that's for right. Here is Montana Musings is with us. He's sitting there. Steve, say hi to everybody.
How's it going, everybody? Glad to be here.
Cool. So Steve is going to help us answer some questions. Make sure you go over to Montana Musings and check it out. Somebody hopefully put one of you always puts the links in the chat or the comments to his channel. So if one of y'all would do that, that'd be great. So I never know who's going to respond, so I don't do it ahead of time, but we can go ahead and do that. So, all right. So, all right, suppressors only. Yeah, that's always a fun time. So there's that. Do you know anything about the Sig X comp? Are you a pistol Sig guy?
No, not really. I've got my Glock 22. I was just actually gonna do when I got your call. I was just gonna do a video on some revolvers I got because tomorrow is Wednesday, so I was gonna do a Wheel Gun Wednesday video.
Nice.
But yeah, no, I have a Canic SFX and a Glock 22 and then I've got my shield that I carry all the time. So that's pretty much my experience with pistols.
Yeah, I carry a shield too, a lot of the time. Not all the time anymore. I change out between my Glock 19, my shield, and my Glock 29. They're all kind of interchangeable, kind of as a carry gun. In the winter, I carry my shield more as a pocket carry because I use such a big coat. Just stick it right in your pocket and go somewhere. So, and then
Yeah.
in the summer, I'm more of a big t-shirt and shorts. So that's when I carry a bigger gun. So I'm like the opposite of most people. I carry a pocket gun in the winter and a like a big gun in the summer. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
all right. Hello, Steve. Do you have one BRN 180 350 Legend? Man, I wish I did, but they don't give you the guns just for being on YouTube. I wish they did. Sometimes you get a free one here or there, a free upper, free parts, or free scopes or lights or something like that, but they do not give you guns just for being on YouTube all the time. They do testing and evaluation guns. So if you're really wanting to see, if I have a bunch of people wanting to see a BRN 180 upper, I would not want the 350 Legend myself, but if I have a bunch of people, I'll email Brownells and see if they give me a testing and evaluation upper where I could throw it on a lower and see how it runs and that kind of thing. So that's that. So got a little code here. Hey, you don't have any familiarity with the BRN 350 Legend yet?
I don't. I've looked at it a little bit. I see the 40 Legends come out now, or 400, I guess it is. But
Yeah.
yeah, not. I just don't have any of the straight weld stuff. So it's just more of a. I'm more of a
Yeah.
6.5.
Yeah. There's no point in it to me. Like 350 Legend is a cool gun, a cool caliber for straight. But if I want a straight AR, if I want an AR or BRN 180, if I want that style of weapon in a gun that I can defend myself a bear with, I'm going 458 SOCOM or 450 Bushmaster or 50 Beowulf or whatever they call it. So like I just don't see the point in going 350 Legend. It's just a little too small, you
Yep.
know.
Yep.
If I'm only going to have 10 rounds, now if it gave me 15 more rounds in if it gave me 15 rounds in the mag instead of 10, well, but they're all of those only have 10 rounds max. There's no drums, there's nothing for them. So it'd be interesting to see, but like the uh the 350 Legend, I just don't see the point of it. Could you defend yourself with a bear? Sure. You need the right ammo. You need the full metal jacket, flat nose, or you need some hard gas. It's really not out there. It's like there's a few specialty companies here and there, but getting it to Alaska would be a problem. So kind of is
Let
what
me
it
ask
is.
you. Let
Yeah.
me ask you a question. What do you prefer, the 450 Legend or the SOCOM?
Well, I have a 458 SOCOM. I like it. So I think you can get over the 400 Legend. The 400 Legend is basically designed to use 10 millimeter bullets, and
Hmm.
because it's the same diameter, and so you're gonna have some issues with if you wanted to say take it deer hunting or something, you couldn't use jacketed hollow points because they're just gonna just fracture at those speeds. Like they're not
Right.
designed to go at those speeds. So you have to look into like the mono metals that with the flutes that Lehigh Defense makes, and you're gonna have to go like Extreme Defender and you know, as much as it pains me to say that 100 grain Extreme Defender, you're probably only gonna get like 29, maybe 3,000 out of it. But if I shot it out of a 900 or 9-inch barrel 10 millimeter, and I got 21. So if I got a little bit longer barrel, which is in the works and in the planning for guys for a 10 millimeter carbine, it's in the planning, guys. Okay, I'm not going to say anything, set in stone yet, but it's in the planning. And if I had a 60-inch 10 millimeter, I might be able to get 23, 24. And at what point does that bullet really start doing stuff. So
Right.
kind of is what it is. So um, I prefer the 458 SOCOM. It's got a larger track record, more support out there, more ammo is available. I hadn't seen 400 Legend on the shelf in Alaska. I haven't at all.
Yeah, I was thinking
Yeah.
more of the 450 Bushmaster. The comparison between the two. But
Yeah. All right. All right. Hey, will you turn your phone from vibration to completely off, if you don't mind, for a second? All right.
yep.
Hello from Sodak, TJ Fishing. Good day, mate. How's it going? All right, reloading Weatherby. He put your YouTube channel out there, so everybody go click on that, please. He should be a wrench. Should be good. I usually carry the Shield Plus. Now has 15 round mags. Yeah, I've been really thinking about upgrading to the Shield Plus over my Gen 140 Smith and Wesson shield. So, but it kind of is what it
Yeah.
is.
Same thing here. Yeah.
Yeah. What would your top 3 barrels for a Thompson Center Encore be? Um, Now the Encore, that's the rifle. It's the Contender, that's the pistol, right? I always get them confused. Um, my cameraman would be the one to ask this. He's got a bunch of barrels that we've got to test for his Contender pistol. I think he's got 454 and 44 and like all sorts of same barrels. We can test the same ammo kind of thing. Um, so excuse me. For me, if I wanted to have a barrel, I'd want, I basically would want something I could take any game with. So I'd want a 6.5 Creedmoor for deer or 308, something like that. Something short action, 7mm 08, split the difference between them. Then I'd want like 7 or 300 mag for elk. or caribou, and then I'd want like a 375 Ruger for moose, bear kind of thing. So I don't like having a one shot gun in the woods where I have dangerous game. That's the other thing. Like, you know, I guess if you could say, oh, you have your revolver with you and your 10 millimeter on your side. That's true, but I want my rifle to be my rifle is my main defense weapon. So, uh, you know, so it is what it is. All right. You got any answers to that? Do you have any
Well,
experience?
if you were gonna, if it was gonna be your survivor gun or something like that, and you had the components, I would pick something that's all in one caliber, like 30 caliber. Um,
That's true.
308, and on up, I think would be a smart thing to do. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or you could go the other way. You could have a 22 long rifle barrel for it if you could switch it. If it switches to
Mhm.
that, I think it only does center fire, but you could have, you could have 223, something prolific that you could shoot a squirrel in the head with, and it wouldn't, you still have meat on the squirrel, you know,
Right. Yeah.
especially if you used a full metal jacket or something. But like, you could go that way too. So if you wanted
Yeah.
to do that as a survival gun, I don't see the point in packing 3 barrels out with me. I'd much rather I'd much rather have I'd much rather have a folding 22 and then a one, if it's a survival gun, I'd much rather have a folding 22 and then a one caliber rifle that could do it all, like a 308, 30
Yeah.
aught 6, 7 mag, 300 mag, that kind of thing. I really want to pick up my 308. It looks so cool. I got the LPVO on it now and stuff like that. It's sitting right over here. And YouTube rules because they're not about free speech. So it is what it is. So, all right. Would any Kimber 1911 handle .45 ACP? If it doesn't, I'd sell it. Plus P. That's my answer. What do you think? I think so. I think it
I
does.
agree. I agree.
Yeah. Well, Teddy Two Guns, I'm glad you have a place to live, but you know, it's hard trading guns, brother. Hard trading guns. You should have let me know. I would have tried to, you know, maybe pay up on one of those, but uh that is what it is. What's up, Innomatic Witchin? He's got a nice little channel too. Uh don't forget to email me so you can get on this chat too. All right. I hear Ruger is bringing out the Super Red Hawk and a 22 Hornet. They've done that in the past. Like they've had years where they've done that, and that would be fun to shoot. Yeah. All right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Be fun to shoot. And other than that, it's pointless. Like it'd be fun to shoot, but it'd be pointless other than that. And I say that, but it's a big, heavy gun with a lot of powder flash and a small, fast bullet. It wouldn't be a horrible home defense front for someone who could use a revolver. It'd be an interesting one for sure. Definitely one they wouldn't have gunpowder residue cases on or scientific cases on, I'm sure. Because they have that for all the popular guns and popular calibers. They actually have gunpowder residue, so they can tell whether it was self-defense or not by how close the gunpowder residue is. Um, that's why you use factory ammo for defense, not hand loads. That reason right there. It's not any other reason. Oh, they'll get you in court, or all that. No, it's not that. It's because they have gunpowder residue and they can't prove it. My Saab AOB has a nice little short on that, by the way. So I got totally off track there, but yeah, that would be a fun gun. And you're allowed to own guns that are just for fun. Like if you want that gun because it's fun to shoot, go get it. I think the gun's pointless, but it sounds like I do want to shoot it because it's fun. Looks like it's fun to shoot. So like it wouldn't be a hunting gun. You could stretch it into a self defense gun because it's a Super Red Hawk. If it were Super Black Hawk, that would be different. What do you think?
Well, that's why I've got a 45 Colt lever action at
Yeah.
1894 Marlin, just because it's just fun to shoot.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
No good for
I mean
motivation.
that's a viable bear woods walk gun though where you live. If you're living
Could be.
going,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
could be. I mean,
if you got some of those, underwood penetrators and stuff like that, yeah, which I do have for it. And
yeah,
if you're gonna have one, you might as well have the ammo that'll do something.
yep. So that's that. All right, here we go. Evening, Chuck. Hope all is well with you and the family. I was catching up with you in chat. What do you have What do you have new coming up? Love to see your post. Thanks, brother. We are, believe it or not, that 165 grain CX bullet. Hornet did a factory load in 300 Win Mag in the 165 grain CX. So I got that coming up. And then I've got another 6.5 PRC video coming up. I have several shorts coming up as well. We're gonna go film. I changed the brakes last night on my Tundra, and so we took the brake off, the discs off, and go. My father and law were talking, and it's like, well, these could probably be turned. You could use them next time. And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, but it's $60 to $80 for people to turn them. They're charging so much these days. And I go, yeah. And I go, well, that whole set of all four wheels was $360. That's, pads and rotors, you know. And he goes, yeah. And I go, you know, that's basically the same thing as, going to get my rotors turned. He goes, yeah. I go, so what you're telling me is it's better to make money on a YouTube video with that thing than lose money trying to have them turned. So I'm going to do like a bunch of different calibers against that. And I'll shoot the 22-250 M855 A1s, and I'll shoot the like 22 Magnum full metal jacket, and I'll shoot the M80 A1s out of the 300 Win Mag at it. And we'll see if we can pierce it. We'll shoot some other stuff at it too, just for fun, and just see what it does. So I'm gonna go film that, just shooting brake rotors. They're thick, old, big. It's this big around Tundra brake motors from a truck. So brake rotors, excuse me. Yeah. So what do you got coming up, Steve?
Well, like I say, I was gonna shoot a video on some revolvers. I have been just been getting ready. I got my 6.5 PRC all done finally, and got the ARC and EP5 on it, and I've still got to take my 6mm ARC out and get the ARC and SH4J model sighted in. So got a few things going on, tinkering with some reloading, some loads for those particular guns for PRS next spring, and
Nice.
that's about it right now.
Cool. Joshua Grantland tells everybody to take the SOCOM. Merry Christmas, David. Merry Christmas. Everybody, Merry Christmas. Carried a 1911 as a sapper in the Australian Army that was from the Vietnam conflict. The barrel was so worn it was only accurate if you threw it. Yeah, when they wear out, they wear out, Lan. Sounds like. Your thoughts on 338.06? I don't like having Wildcat calibers that you can't go get store-bought ammo for. I don't. That being said, I think some of them are actually really good calibers, and they're right. They fill that niche really well. This one in particular is nice because the 338 Win Mag just kicks. And if you want to get those big bullets at manageable recoils, 338.06 is there. My question is, I haven't looked at them compared. And this would be reloading Weatherby. If you're still out there, this would be a great thing for you to compare with your little reloading things, 338.06 versus 338 Federal. Because 338 Federal is essentially a 308 brass necked out to 338. And you can use it in AR-10s, like a 338 Federal AR-10 that works well would be like the ideal Alaskan gun, backpack gun, because you got 20 rounds of 338 caliber bullets going at it. And, a lot of times those bullets will penetrate better going slower. They don't open up as fast, so they penetrate better. So it's, I don't see the point of 338.06 if it's only going to give me, 50 to 100 feet per second more than 338 Federal. And you're going to have to hand load that. And there is occasionally 338 Federal ammo on the shelves. Oddly enough, there's not any 338 Win Mag ammo. That's been hard to find. Like, it's come in once in like 2 years. So, you got any thoughts on it, Steve?
Yeah, I'm with you. I pretty much like to pick calibers that have factory ammo, and if you can reload for them, all the better. But and even when it's tough to find ammo, at least if it's factory, usually you can find some somewhere. So, but
yeah,
unless of course we have this ammo shortage and powder and primer shortage that they're professing now. Things could
I
get
think
tough again, but
I think that's a little bit made up myself, but is what
yeah,
it is. I'm pretty set. All I need is reloader 17 and 26, and I've gotten to the point where I know I'm not going to get any. And so I'm just going to take the rest of this reloader 17 and load up my M80A 1 and 300 Win Mag. That's my car radiator gun. My they're coming up in a vehicle gun, and that's that round. And I'm just going to load those up and get them going, and because they were going like some insane amount. They were going 3782 out of that rifle, and just an insane fast.
I think I
And
just saw Brownells had reloader 16 in. They had gotten a few of that brand in,
yeah,
and
I can't
they
even
said
get it
they had.
shipped though. It has to be because of the import
Oh,
export
right.
rules to Alaska. Can't get
Yep.
ammo primers, anything like that shipped. So um,
You have to
I'm
get
gonna
it
call them.
locally.
Yeah, I have to get it locally. It has to be imported exported. It has to go through an importer exporter. So I'm gonna call. I know Natchez will ship it to us next day air. I might end up spending $400 a pound. But if I could get an 8-pound jug and spend $200 or $300 in shipping and hazmat and all that kind of stuff, that's $500. That's what, $60, $70 a pound. And
Yeah,
there have been some popular powders that stores have charged $60, $70 a pound up here for. So I mean, it's not
it's
saying it's
starting to get
right.
like that. It's getting like that down here in some places
Yeah.
already. But
Yeah, $50 a pound is not uncommon up here, and but $40 a pound is about right. I got a 5 pound thing of reloaded 22, and it was 219.99 for 5 pounds, and I'm thinking I'm just gonna sit on it for a while, because I used it in my 7 mag, I used it in my 6.5 by 284. I've shot a lot of the 6.5 by 284. The 7 mag has just been sitting there. I haven't shot a lot of it, so I think we're okay there. So it's like I'm just gonna sit on the reloader 22, and heck, I might fill up one of the smaller containers and say, "There you go," to
yeah,
1.1 pounds, and go,
limit
"There you
yourself to
go,
that.
buddy. There you
Yeah.
go," and sell that.
I know I've got some H1000 and some Stayball HD for my 6.5 PRC, and
Hmm.
we've got enough primers to last for a while, so it should be good. 6 ARC, I
Yeah.
use Lever Evolution, and
Okay. Yeah.
got plenty of that. So
Yeah, that's one of the easier to find. 6.5 Creedmoor, I'm using Super Performance, so it's one of the easier to find. So, can I switch out H&R single shot barrel to different caliber by swapping the barrels? No. I think they made a model where you could do that, where they had a 50 caliber muzzle loader and a 243 or something like that. They made a model where you could do that, but generally in speaking, no, not with the H&R single shot. There was a reason, I can't remember what it was. What's up, Scott Leaper, the weirdest responder on Instagram? Sends me all these, or on Twitter X, sends me all these food in my responses. What's up, dude? How you doing? All right. And he knows I can't eat that food. It's like cheese and wheat right there, milk and dairy. He knows I can't eat it. So, all right, okay. They do make AR-15, 350 Legend, 50 polymer Lancer. Interesting. That would be interesting. Got the Red Hawk in a 454 shorty barrel. Oh, good luck, man. I I don't like less than 4 inches to stabilize bullets. That's the issue. It's not the recoil. It's not that. It's that the bullet will tumble and tumble wildly. It'll go out. I look like I'm doing a dance here, but like it'll go out the side, yeah, like all that stuff. So good luck with that. I don't like the shorter barrels I think they're cool. Like it's nice. I mean, sure, stick it right under the grizzly bear's jaw when he's about to eat you and pull the trigger 5 times and then figure out how to get out from underneath him. But yeah, it's like, yeah, that's what they're made for. That's what it's made for. So, not made for accurately aiming anything, uh, and hoping to hunt something with it. Merry Christmas, Justin Perriman. What are the thoughts versus the 22 250 versus 5.56 in your arrow upper? Is it valid to make a specialty upper or just train to be effective? if it's not going to take big game, so is it worth it? First and foremost, I think that's a bad comparison because the 22-250 is an AR-10 upper. So you would be comparing it, you know, it is an AR-10, not a 5.56. But if you want to just compare the calibers, um, you know, it's not worth it to get 22-250 if you're wanting it to do what I wanted it to do, which is, take down or try to take down body armor, pierce body armor um, with the faster bullets. It's not going to do it. In fact, the faster you send the bullets, the better the body armor works. It breaks up the bullet faster. All right. You're going to slow down faster with a bigger parachute falling from higher. It's just that's kind of the way it is. Okay. That makes sense. So, the ceramic in there breaks the bullet apart faster the faster it's going. Um, so I just don't know without tungsten core that you'll ever get anything through level 4. And then if you do get tungsten core, well, it's a good chance it would go through in 5.56 if you had a long enough barrel and it was going fast enough. So to be honest with you, if you're going to make a specialty upper, so let's say you have a 5.56 and you have a SBR or pistol, whatever you want to call it, and you have a 10.5-inch, 11.5-inch carbine, okay, or you have a 16-inch carbine, your specialty upper should be a 24-inch heavy barrel. That's what it should be, and then you should train for that. And then when you have the chance to take big game, you use the 24-inch heavy barrel so that you can make really precise shots at the base of the brainstem, right there. Okay, that's when they're gonna, not even feel it before they hit the ground. You know, so that's what you want to do with a good big game bullet like TTSX in a 62 grain or a TSX in a 70 grain. So, just saying, those are kind of the things you want to do. That's that. Got any thoughts on that?
I've never had a 22-250. Other than getting higher velocities, 5.56 just does about whatever I need it to do for varmint or whatever else I'm doing, but that's about it.
All right, David.
I gotta get up at 4 o'clock, so I might have to check on out of here, bud.
All right, no problem. Thanks for stopping by. Everybody everybody go subscribe to Steve. Yeah.
All right. See you guys.
See ya. All right, so David Walcott, what is a good low power scope like 2-7 or 1-8? I like the 1-bys because you can literally use them as a red dot, especially if they're first focal plane, where the reticle grows as you turn it. So if they're on 1, the reticle is really small. You got a lighted reticle, man. You'd use it like a red dot, and you can throw it up there. It has a parallax on like a red dot, but it's on 1 power. It's not bad, And so you can literally can throw it up there and use it like a red dot, and then you can dial it up to 6 or 8 power, whatever the highest power it is, and you're fine. All right. So I like a good 1-8. And I like my US Optics TX series. Look for them on Euro Optic. But my US Optics TX series is really, really good scope. So, yeah. I remember seeing $100 per pound for Varget during the last shortage. It was insane. That is insane. I would not pay it. Wasn't aware you had a dairy food allergy. I only talk about it like every week. Dairy, gluten, soy, corn, beans. I eat rice and chicken, dude. All right. Do you have a Sig P320 357 Sig? No. The only Sig gun I own is a P239 40 Smith & Wesson. And yes, I would love a 357 Sig barrel. If anybody can find a 357, somebody that's selling a 357 Sig barrel for a decent price, let me know. I'd love a P239 357 Sig barrel. I've looked on Gunbroker too. All right. Have you seen the new Ruger American Gen 2? I have not. I think it would be pretty good, especially if they fixed the magazine issue they had with those rotating magazines. Those were just awful. I know the newer ones, the magazines did a little bit better, but I have not. I'm looking forward to looking at it after I get off this chat and everything. But yeah, so that's that. I know they came out with it. But that's that. I eat rice and chicken too. You got to. It's the only thing you can afford in Alaska. Rice and chicken. You know, they want more for chicken than they do salmon. So, I mean, more for salmon than they do chicken up here. And nobody raises chicken up here, not at farming yet anyway. So, kind of is what it is. But yeah, rice and chicken. So, make some good pork chops. Yeah, I don't eat pork either. So, not I do occasionally, but like very little things like organic salami and organic bacon, but not like in huge quantities. Like the pork shoulders you see me shoot on the channel never get eaten except by the bears that are out there and where I shoot. So I feed the bears. Feed the bears. Feed the bears. All right. Feed them your liberal senator. Your liberals friends. Hiker friends. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, just kidding. YouTube, don't demonetize me. It's a joke. It's just a joke, people. All right. So that's that. All right. Got to get some more questions out there. But yeah, thanks for asking about the Ruger American Gen 2. I need to look at that and see what they made it better, see how much more expensive it's going to be. Um, hey, maybe I'll be able to find one in 7mm PRC for you guys. Of course, by the time I do that, they'll come out with the next new cartridge y'all want to see. So anyway, I'm all about some good 7mm PRC. I think it's going to be a good cartridge. But we'll see. We'll see how it does. Right now, I'm all into reloading my 308. So I don't know. I don't know. It shot my hand loads just fine. What's a good off-the-shelf 300 Win Mag for defeating body armor? There's not one. I mean, not for level 4. Now, if you want to defeat level 3, you want heavy bonded lead, so like terminal scent, or like AccuBond. You want AccuBond in a lighter weight, like 165, 180, be 150 if you can find it. They make a 125 grain AccuBond. I got a bag here of loaded AccuBond 125 300 Win Mag somewhere, but they don't do that. So they don't factory load that. So good off the shelf. I mean, level 3 plus is all you're going to get. You're not going to get level 4. It doesn't happen. Okay. Yeah, I do know about the 22 arc, but it's a short action caliber, smaller than a 22 250. It doesn't get what 22 250 does. It gets a little bit better in 5.56. So, cousin was recently up in Alaska on a music. He missed a 70-inch moose by trying to shoot through a tree. He says he's famous in Alaska for all the wrong reasons. Infamous. Yeah, you don't shoot through a tree. Like, you can't do it. Like, trees are very dense. They're like wood that isn't dried out. They have blood vessels and stuff in them, carrying the sap and stuff up and down. So yeah, agreed. An AR-2 should be something bigger than 223 cal. It has its place, but as a survival platform, doesn't a 308 make more sense? Yeah, it does. I'm not the 22 250 for me was not any type of survival or crap hits the fan thing. It was literally for that video to see if I could shoot through body armor. That's literally what it's for. I'm trying to make a few more videos with it if it was accurate. It's not. The McGowan barrel has not been accurate, but it might have been my scope ring. So don't want to dog McGowan barrel too much yet. If I can get some decent accuracy out of it, I'll get some accuracy out of it and see what we can do. I got a new scope and scope rings on it. I got the Discovery Optics that was on the 6.5 PRC. I gave the 6.5 PRC to my cameraman, like I said I was going to. And we'll still do some videos with it and stuff. But yeah, now I've got that scope on my 22 250. So my 22 250 is like my heaviest gun now. What is more common, level 3 or level 4? I believe level 4 is probably just as common as level 3 these days. And level 3 plus is probably pretty common in steel. Level 3 plus, and 300 Win Mag will drive right through level 3, 3+ steel. As long as it's a lead bullet and it's a heavy lead bullet and going fast. You might be able to get a 150 grain copper bullet going, like a really solid copper bullet like the TSX going through it. I don't know. But yeah, level 4, you're not going to pierce with 300 Win Mag unless you have specialty military armor piercing bullets. Okay. Well, that's not good. Even I'm better than that. Tell you what, Teddy, I'll give you some of my reloads that didn't work for me. I delivered a double barrel 600 Nitro Express to a guy today, and it was the prettiest gun I've ever seen. Yeah, that's nice. The double barrel, those guns are pretty. They do it up nice. I've shot through an AR-50 500 plate at 100 yards with 22-250 40 grain hollow points. And you see, I've shot one with full metal jackets, 22-250 at 40 yards, and it didn't go through it. So I think it was probably an AR-550 or AR-600 plate though, and it was pretty thick. It was, it's that blue one I have on there. The only thing that's gone through is that M80A1 300 Win Mag. It's in shorts. Go look at it in the shorts. So, which is heavier, ceramic or steel? Generally, steel is heavier. Depends on how thick the ceramic is and the type of thing that you. Good evening, Chuck. I do love a 300 Win Mag super accurate. They are super accurate. They do have a good super accurate 300 Win Mags. So does make a difference. So that being said, yeah. So I do love 300 Win Mag. I need to find the load that my 300 Win Mag likes. So I'm going to go out when it's a little bit warmer before bears start getting out and just hammer that 300 Win Mag and just take all day and shoot and just take all day and shoot and just get my 300 Win Mag, see what's accurate in it, just see what's accurate in it. So shoot 180 grain Sierra Game King rounds. Yeah. You definitely want to shoot those heavy for Sierra Game Kings, and they're not bonded. Do you know about that AR-10 338 Federal? Pretty much you have to build one. I mean, you got to put a 338 Federal barrel in it. That's about it. And maybe that's what I should do with the 22-250. I should pull the barrel off and order a 338 Federal barrel. Somebody find me a cheap deal on the 338 Federal barrel and email me. Yes, people actually crimp 223, and if you don't, you're crazy for an AR-15. I've seen AR-15 bullets that were not crimped hit the feed ramp and go right down into the throat, and it hit the feed ramp and would just go right down in the throat. Yeah, so you're crazy if you don't do it. Yes, people actually crimp that. People would be asking, do people actually not crimp it? Yeah. So yeah, you actually do that for an AR-15. Any semi-automatic firearm that goes up a feed ramp, if you're not crimping it, you're insane. Okay. I'm just letting you know. You don't necessarily have to, and it may never happen to you, but it's happened to me. So if you shoot enough, it is what it is. M1 carbines feels like a good fun rifle and a good medium game hunter in emergencies. Yeah, my dad killed his first deer with the M1 carbine. It's the only thing they had. Yeah, they're pretty terrible in the magazine department. They don't make good high quality magazines for M1 carbines. Magpul or Lancer could really make some money on people that have that. So I haven't had a chance to shoot my new 300 Win Mag yet. You purchased it 2 summers ago. That is crazy, dude. That's blasphemy. 2 summers ago. Haven't had a chance because you've been like working overseas or something, or haven't made the chance. That's a big deal. I typically go 2 or 3 months now before I shoot a new gun too, unless it's a handgun, because usually I have the ammo and you don't have to worry about sighting it in and all that kind of stuff. But breaking in the barrel, all that kind of jazz. So it is what it is. Shooting all the other guns. Well, yeah, I get it. I get it. Still kind of blasphemy. 2 years. I don't know. Lord, forgive him. Please forgive him. I said it's blasphemy. You may not, but please forgive them, Lord. All right. So, well, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Short chat tonight, a little later. Got to help get the kids to bed, that kind of thing. So, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Keep me in your prayers. I got back problems now, so I'm hoping I'll be able to hunt next year at all. So, kind of is what it is. And yeah. Oh, no, that's a nice gun. Do you live here in Alaska? Let's go shoot your guns on video. So, all right. Yeah. Hold on. Before 7.62 Tokarev. Yeah, small gun. Like, like, if you like classic guns and they're fun to shoot, great. If you got the ammo, but it's not better than 9mm otherwise. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Yeah, email me, Joshua, AlaskanBallistics@gmail. All right, guys. God bless. Take care. We will see you at the range.